What's up, pals? Welcome to the Your Random Pal channel. And I've got a very special treat for you today because I'm at Vic's Antiques and Uniques. It's in Edinburgh, Indiana. It's actually off of the Interstate 65. You take 76B. It's right off the interstate. But anyway, this place is totally random. It's got the craziest stuff, and everything out here is larger than life. And that's not only goes for the outside of the place with all the cars sitting around, a lot of stuff you've probably never seen or heard of, but there's some cool stuff inside that's larger than life too. All right, so checking out the front of this place. Look at this rat rod. This is pretty crazy, pretty custom. And check out this engine. It's a straight motor. Very, very unique shifter. Hey, look, it's got the vintage dice hanging off the rear view mirror. And it's an old Dodge. Bed's a little rotten out though. Maybe they'll give you a discount if you want to buy it. And moving along, got some cool stuff out here, statues and whatnots. But look at this thing, the Reliant Robin. Maybe y'all have heard of it, seen it. It's a British car. It's only got 3 wheels. So if you want to buy this car and try it out and see if you can tip it over for fun, maybe Whistle and Diesel will buy it. Who knows? But it's been out here for a long time. It's really neat, and it's a right-hand drive car, which if you ever watched my videos before in the past, you know I love right-hand drive cars. And it's got the obligatory manual transmission. Right behind me is something that'll really make you smile. Check this out. It's a smiley face on wheels, or a smiley emoji on wheels. A little 3-wheeled. Is it 3-wheeled? No, it's actually a 4-wheeler. So it's got a little bit of stability. Don't know exactly what it is, other than it's a smiley face. But it's pretty cool, and you got room for a passenger and all kind of stuff. So this would be a great piece to drive around to a car show. If you want something that's different, park this next to a Ferrari. You will definitely be the center of attention, not the Ferrari. I don't even know what that thing is. I guess it's some kind of art sculpture. Maybe it turns with the wind. They've got the oddest stuff out here. You need a Pepsi machine? They've got a Pepsi machine. And we got some flavors here: lemon, lime, cherry, root beer, and Jamaica Cola. Wonder what Jamaica Cola is like. Maybe it's got a little kick to it. And you'll find various other stuff here. We got a bumper for a Cadillac, restaurant sign, some old shutters, and a row of bicycles. That one's got a shifter. Come save these bicycles, they're out here rusting away. Have you ever had the itch to buy a fire truck like myself? I have a Datsun fire truck. This here is the bigger fire truck. This is a LaFrance, American LaFrance Foamite fire truck. Not for sure of the vintage, but it's from the Hoosierville Fire Department, and it's sitting out front in case you're interested in buying a fire truck. Here's your chance to hop on it. Here's something you can get on the cheap. $1,500, and you can have this little vintage Cushman. Cushman, famous for making scooters. Oh, this is more like a little, kind of like their version of the Polaris ATV, I guess you could say. It's got a little handy bed in the back. This would be a perfect vehicle if you wanted to do some farming or stuff. And I don't know if you can plate it or not. If you could put a plate on it, it'd be very unique to take to a car show. Or maybe you could just put a V8 in the back and take it to a drag strip. Then you would have some attention. And look at there, we got a vintage gas pump, if you're in the market for one of those. And some more old classic cars. There's one of those old Buick sports cars, 2-seaters, from back in the day. This one's pretty nice shape. Got a little spot right there, but overall it's make a good driver car. And we got another fire truck here. This one's a Ford, the V8. And this one came from the Jefferson Township, I think, TWP. And this is a Ford F750, big job. And ain't she a beauty? Man, this old carriage here had been sitting out here a while. Looks like it done collapsed in on itself. Maybe you can get a good deal on it. Fix it right up. It's only got you know, only needs a little bit of work. Be a good thing to put on Facebook Marketplace, right? We got some dead bodies laying around. Well, this car behind me is a perfect ride for you. Check this out. Now this is a Ford hearse, and probably not familiar with it. Maybe the license plate kind of gives it away, but it's actually a European one. It's right-hand drive. And if you look inside, you can see on the steering wheel emblem, it's a Ford. The cool thing is it comes complete with the matching accessory. It's got a coffin in the back. Yeah, I can also see the Ford here on the hubcaps. Still got the Euro plate on it. So if you definitely want something real unique to take to the car shows or for your next Halloween party, looks like you get a lot of people in this thing. Make it like a hearse limousine. Yep. Or you could just lay down and take a nap in the back. Here we got an old Chevy that's for rent. Well, it does say Hertz on it, so maybe at one time. This is a truck rental right here, and it's very roomy, as you can see. Let's see if we can take a peek inside. Looks like it's been sitting out here for a while. Yeah, it's got the old bucket of something in the back. So yeah, this one's gonna need a little bit of work, but get it on the road and rent it out. If you need some unique parts for your next project, you can make a rat rod, mix match stuff. They got some you know, back ends of cars. They've got some front ends, I think, laying around in places. They got all kind of odd stuff. Here's a car right here with no body on it. So maybe you could take those back end pieces and put it on this car right here. Yeah, you can make something crazy and unique with this one. Got a couple more gas pumps back here. These are a little bit more modern, not vintage. I'd say maybe probably 80s. So not real old. And we got another old vehicle laying back here. I'm not for sure what this old car is, but looking inside, it is right-hand drive. It's also missing part of the floor and the door, so it's kind of a Flintstones mobile right here. Make a cool rat rod out of it. Looking to my right here, look at this little bitty car. Now this would be a little fun toy. Maybe you get this for your kids and fix it up. A little rough around the edges. Got the bicycle tires in the front, bicycle tires in the back. So yeah, it's gonna need floorboards, unless you want to do like the Flintstones and push it with your feet. Now I'm walking up on the ultimate, and I mean the ultimate lawn ornament. This is something you guys will be drooling all over. So if you want to have the most unique thing sitting out in your yard, or you can fix it up and maybe give it a whirl and take it up for flight. It is a Mohawk OV-1 military aircraft. And if you buy it, maybe they'll throw in these bombs here. So you got a bomb over here. And you got a bomb over here. So in case you're ready for war, they have the perfect plane for you. Let's take a look at it. The camera up here so you can see inside of it. Now, I don't know if the plane comes with any log books, but that might save you a little bit of money if it does, right? I'm gonna say it needs a little bit of work. Here's the back side of it. Gotta watch out right here, because that's the jet blast area. I mean, it's not very often you see a military aircraft setting out for sale at an antique store, right? So this place has definitely got the unique stuff, let me tell you. Now, we'll walk straight ahead and I'm gonna show you another really unique piece. Maybe not quite as cool as the Mohawk OV1, but look, they have a submarine, a very rusty, crusty submarine. Maybe you can fix this up and go down and explore the Titanic. You're gonna need a lot of fixing though. Now I assume that's a submarine. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't asked. It's like it's all exposed underneath. Got some tree debris growing in it. It's got the propellers on the back, so my best guess is it is a submarine. And if you want to play Barney Fife, they have an old Nash cop car. So you can drive through the streets of Mayberry and pretend to be a cop. Although that could get you in trouble. And this cop car is seen its better days. It's going to need some fixing up. But with a little bit of elbow grease, you could have it driving and running and take it to the Street Rod Nationals. Did I mention they also have tractors? Do you think this tractor's sexy?
Oh yeah!
It's a John Deere. Look, here's the RV sales part of the Vic's Unique and Antique area. So if you've ever dreamed about having a vintage RV, like here's a Dodge Winnebago, or you could have the Chevy if you're a Chevy fan. This one looks a little bit more like a bus. Oh look what else I discovered. This is a Chevron fueling truck. So if you buy that military aircraft, the Mohawk OV1, you may want to buy this fuel truck so you can fuel it up yourself. And going along here to the back side of these RVs, look at this. Very streamlined aerodynamic design on this one. That's the Chevy. The Dodge is not so much aerodynamics, very squared off. And here we got another RV back here. It's called a Avco. Kind of makes me think of that transmission shop, Amco, AAMCO, but this is a Avco. Don't know anything about Avco, to be honest. I assume that's the brand of the truck, or the brand of the RV. Look, they have an ambulance too. So they've got fire trucks, they've got a hearse, and they've got an ambulance and a cop car. So they've got like all the emergency vehicles covered. So if you want something that's very unique and special, like an ambulance, look, it's even got places for you still to lay down in. So look at the cabinets. A bit of a time capsule from the 80s, it looks like. They got the door open here. So you can return this to its former glory as an ambulance. Or you can maybe make this a party bus. That'd be kind of cool. There's an old Mack truck over there. It's got the Bulldog still on the hood. And here we got some more misfit cars. This is old Panhard. Panhard. See right here. Panhard. Not something you see very often. It's pretty rare. Come save this little Panhard, because it definitely needs some help. It's rusting away. And we got another little misfit car over here. To me it looks like a Crosley. I don't see the emblem, but I'm pretty sure it's a Crosley. They don't even have a steering wheel in it. Maybe it's a self-driving Crosley. And then here we got another. It's old Ford. It's very rusty crusty. Check out those seats. Nice and comfy, right? If you're ready to go fishing, they got a boat for you. A little fixer-upper special. And a stake bed truck. I think they got about everything covered at this place. I mean, they got all different types of vehicles. There's more fire trucks down yonder. Here we have a Pierce fire truck. Not for sure which one this is. It's not really seeing what it is as far as who made it. Let's go around the back, see if we can find out. Offhand, I'm not for sure what this fire truck is, so we'll just move right along here. Hey, look, it looks like one of them furniture moving vehicles. So if you want a vintage furniture hauler, maybe you could dress up with Allied moving van or something like that. Be pretty cool. Or you could just leave the patina on it and get it up and running. And the cool thing is, it's a Studebaker. I can see it faintly. The paint's kind of rubbed off, but still says what it is. So if you want a vintage Studebaker, move furniture around in, they got one here. Got another stake bed truck for you. This one is an International. And let's walk over here because there's something unique here. I remember seeing this before. I've been coming here for a while. I've come here several times over the past couple years. So here we have a fixer-upper BMW. Not too much wrong with it.
That's totally awesome.
Looks like this is a pretty easy fix. Wonder if it used to belong to Whistle and Diesel. Looks like something he maybe had at one time. So if it was Whistle and Diesel's car, the other YouTuber, it's probably worth some good money. And you can see that looks like all the parts are still here. I mean, the wiring's here, the engine's here, wheels are here. I can't tell if the airbags have been deployed yet or not, so the airbags may still be good, you know. I mean, clean. Look at how clean it is on the back here. So yeah, if you want a crazy wrecked BMW, then save yourself some money and buy this one. Fix it up. Got some old carts here. And look, we got some more fire trucks. Look at this thing. This thing looks like it's almost like an old gangster car, like back in the day. Maybe Al Capone owned it at one time, who knows. A little on the rough side. Check this out though. I love how they have the spare tire here. And looks like it's been used for storage for some time now. Want something a little bit more modern? They've got this Mercedes. They also had that Buick I showed you a little while ago. So a little bit more up-to-date stuff if you're not into the really old stuff. They've got this cool little two-seater Mercedes. It's two-seater. I mean, you could probably stuff some kids in the back, but there's no seats back there. And it's a SL 500. Look here, we've got a military U.S. Army truck. Now this would go good with your Mohawk OV1 to add to your military collection. And you'll be prepared for war if war breaks out. That looks like some kind of farming implement over there. I don't know much about farming, but yeah, maybe you could pull that with that green John Deere tractor. Then you'd be extra sexy. And here's one of those, why do they have it? But they have it. Looks like one of those vintage old outhouses. It's got the slope for the rain to run off, and it's the size of an outhouse, just missing the toilet. So I mean, if you could find a toilet, it'd make it worth twice as much, I'm sure. And here's a car I skipped while I was walking through, but I'll show it to you now. It's got the suicide doors that open from the rear, from the front, that open like that. Like back on those mid-60s Lincolns, they were like that. So it's a cool little car. And it's a Rover. Rover is a British car. And little fun fact, but I have a Lotus Elise, and the British versions had the Rover engine, but the US versions have a Toyota motor. And another little crazy thing, you got a Ford Pinto pulling a little boat. This is like a miniature version of the boats they race at the Madison Regatta, the hydroplanes. It's got a Mercury engine on it. So Ford power all the way, right? Now I don't know if this still has its original exploding gas tank. It may have, but it's a cool vintage Ford Pinto, and I don't know, maybe it was at Meekum at one point in its life. Let's take a look at the interior. It's actually pretty clean on the inside. Nice light blue interior. So I assume it's a package deal. You get the car, you get the boat. And here's an old Chrysler and another Mercedes, a little bit more modern too. Vintage Dodge. That's a station wagon for you. And we got a Fraser. That's really cool. Look at this emblem. That is just a really cool car emblem right there. How often do you see a Fraser? Not very often. And a couple more unique rides over here. There's the one that Ralph Nader didn't like, the Corvair. He's the guy that said it was unsafe at any speed. There's a book that he wrote about that. And moving along, we are going to go and check out the inside of this place. Well, the gas prices from whenever this was is still kind of high. Not the cheap prices like they've had back in the 50s. So let's go in here. I mean, they got a motorcycle when you first come in.
You can take one of these doobie ends in on the trail.
The old ride-on horse.
We can surely make a deal.
Model boat. It's called the Normandy. You want to be an IndyCar driver when you're a little kid and work your way up. You start out with this little ride-on here. Look, they even have a Fiat here. So small, it just fits right in this little aisleway. An old fire truck for kids. If you're a big fan of Betty Boop, they got the sign for you right here. And you can make your own lunch menu. If you're into car decor for your man cave, we got this Jeep front end here. And you got another front end here. Let's see what this is. Fire engine grill. So this is off of a vintage fire engine. It's got one working light right now. Got Christmas stuff here up on the top here. You want some elves? They got elves. They got Santa. And you turn around this corner, they got Jesus. They got Jesus everywhere. You got a light up Last Supper here. That's pretty cool. Nice picture. So, get your Jesus on. Even got the stanchions like you can see in the church. In the old jukeboxes, they've got an old jukebox here. And they got some more stuff. It's a little bit more modern than that one, but they got it. And they've got a record player here with a bunch of records on the wall. Do you want die-cast cars? They got die-cast cars. They're all in the case here. Vintage strollers for your baby. They got them. Typewriters. They got this Jack Daniels deal here. It's like a it's old cooler fridge. Pretty cool piece. If you're looking for your own personal sauna, look no further than Vic's Uniques and Antiques, or Antiques and Uniques. because they have this sauna by American, and they even have the dummy. Maybe the dummy comes with it. They got a vintage exercise bicycle here. Another car part. Old advertising signs that are really big. And if you're looking for your knight in shining armor, ladies, they have a knight in shining armor. They got vintage automobile testing equipment. Golf clubs. Another car part. They've got Joan Collins right here. So if you're a Joan Collins fan, they got a poster. You like taxidermy? They got the taxidermy fish here. You like cigarettes? They got Camel cigarette signs. Burger 19, Burger 19. They got vintage CB radios. If you're a sign person, they've got the signs for you. The Citgo shells, some gas signs, a tire sign, neon signs. This place is definitely a hodgepodge, and it has got the most random stuff. When you just want to buy a Mercury boat motor, they got one here. Look at that Phillips 66 sign. This is huge. This is larger than me. Marathon sign, road signs, or get your season's greetings on. And another little, this one's a wooden little kid's toy. Plus, if you want letters, they've pretty much got the whole alphabet covered. And they've got another knight in shining armor. So if, ladies, if you brought your girlfriend with you, they got one for you and one for your girlfriend.
That's totally awesome.
Plus an old piano. Vintage medicine bottles. Medical equipment. You might could find some embalming fluids for that hearse if you bought that hearse outside. And if you can't afford the big real deal fire trucks, they got a bunch of toy miniatures in this case here. And some firefighting bears. How random is that? Here we have, I guess this is Bessie the cow? I don't know. Elsie the cow. Just gotta look up sometimes and you'll see the sign. Vintage advertising, and I guess she's selling pizza, not milk, because she's got this Domino's sign out in front of her. And you can get a Coca-Cola to go with your Domino's pizza. Got another old jukebox here. And another toy fire truck. And for some reason on this wall they got a sign that says P, although the restroom is a little to the right of Elsie over there. Don't know what that's all about. Old diner menu sign. And here's a Corvette you can have on the cheap. And or if you want to go to outer space, you can buy this ride and take it to outer space. They got vintage kitchenware here. And wintertime's coming up. At least as of this filming, and you could get you an old sled. This one looks like it's very advanced. Maybe it's got the ski track suspension on it and a steering wheel. Having a costume party? Well, they've got some outfits for you. And look at this. Fetch Vet. It's a ride-on. This is pretty cool. Very colorful. It's got the dude in here and the dog. Looks kind of Scooby-Doo-ish. But it's probably the generic version of Scooby-Doo. Toys, toys, and more toys, and the Partridge Family. And if you like to build models, they've got those still in the box. We're about to get done with our tour of this place. A little bit more stuff. Man holding a rubber chicken. Groucho Marx, you remember him? He's from way back in the day. Got some Coca-Cola stuff. This is a really cool love seat. I've got one very similar to it at home. Not quite the same, but very similar. Front end of a Mack truck, some more automobile parts laying around. And if you can't afford the big deal John Deere out front, you can have the toy one for your kids. Or you can try riding on it yourself. We got a couple of weight scales in here too. Like I see several of them. Don't get those for your wife, because she will be mad if you get a weight scale for your wife. And this cool three-wheeled thing looks like Santa's sleigh. And it just needs a gun rack for all these guns when he goes into the bad neighborhoods. I'm sure that will help Santa out a lot, having some protection. A couple of 12-gauge shotguns. And there's an old Pepsi sign back here. It's pretty cool. Just so many crazy, odd, cool things that catch my eyes. Just like you could spend hours in this place if you're into this stuff. American pickers would call it junk drunk. And that's kind of how I feel in this place. Look, it's more farm toys. So if it's about Christmas time when you're watching this, come out and get your Christmas shopping done for all your kids. Well, pals, that is a wrap for this episode of the Your Random Pal channel. So until next time, don't worry, be random and come down to Vic's Antiques and Uniques in Edinburgh, Indiana, right off of Interstate 65.
And if you never ran and miss another random guy video,
Remember, ring that bell. Ring that bell.